Hi, it's Jess here from Nigezza.co.uk. Thank you for joining me today. Hope everybody's safe, well and healthy. And if you're self-isolating, I hope you're managed to keep yourself occupied. I'm going to be doing something with these gorgeous foils. Good to know, I've even forgotten what they're called. That's a good start, isn't it? Just got back from my holiday yesterday, managed to avoid getting stranded. So what are they? Flowering Foils Speciality DSP. So these are the ones that are free with the recent second release in Celebration. And so it's 4 sheets. And so you've got rose gold foiling on this one. You've got a mixture of rose gold and silver on that one. Just the silver on that one. And rose gold and silver on that one, and they are gorgeous. They're single-sided, absolutely stunning they are. I hope that's coming out on the camera. And whilst I was on my holiday, on lockdown, I did have some thoughts running through my head about things that I might do when I got back. I couldn't actually craft, so I just dreamt about crafting. So I thought I might do a bit of ink blending on the top of these. And by mistake, I got some of our sponge brayers. So I thought I'd try them. So you get two brayers and 4 sponges, and you can wash them. So I'm going to give them a whirl and see how they do. I have got my sort of makeup brushes that I've started using that I got for Christmas, but thought I'd give these a whirl. And I'm going to use, for my first go, my absolute favourite Blackberry Bliss. And I want to use this one. It reminds me a little bit of that lovely floral paper in Prison Beauty. So I was kind of thinking, let's have a go and see what happens. So I've only ever watched people use these. And so yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm going to turn this sheet over because I've already got a Gunji mesh on that side. And so I know we ink it up and we kind of roll it on, obviously. And I know you go backwards. I mean, you keep going so it rolls sort of in the same direction like that, so that you're picking up, as opposed to doing that, because all that happens is you get it on one place. So we want sort of an even roll over. So it doesn't look like I've got much ink. Let's see what happens when we go over. So it doesn't look like much ink, but actually there is quite a bit of it. You can see. So although that looks like nothing on there, it's actually going on there quite nice. And I think you can kind of build up the colour as you go, so you can make the colour more intense. As you go over. And then we get a little bit of, and you can rub it off where the foiling is. To sort of bring out the foiled effect. Can you see? I think that's quite pretty. So I think I'll carry on. And I might speed it up. Yeah, so I just went over with the roller. I was going to do an ombre effect, but in the end I just kind of covered it as much as I could, really. Quite fun to do, and it didn't take too long. I think it's about 6 minutes. That's what I've kind of cut out of the video with speeding it up, about 6 minutes. So don't actually take too long at all. So I just kept having to sort of hold it up to check there weren't any sort of like really light white bits, and kept going over to make sure it was sort of covered nicely. So yeah, fun effect. There, I think that's just about done it. So I might just do a little bit of a wipe over so that it takes it off the foil, so that it's not going to just come on my hands when I touch it. Look at me, I've still got my all-inclusive armband on. So I was on holiday in Fuerteventura, and we arrived on the Friday in the morning, so we had a lovely Friday round the pool, and then on the Saturday we got up and we went off strolling into the beach, had a little look round the marina there. We had a little look in some shops, bought a few souvenirs. We thought, even though it's the beginning of our holiday, they're here, we may as well just get what we want. And then went into the Irish bar there to talk about St. Patrick's Day. And that's when we found out that Jet2 we were flying home with weren't flying anymore, and that the country was going to go in lockdown on Monday. And anyway, they changed their minds. They went in lockdown from midnight on the Saturday. And so literally the police were coming in and telling people to go home into all the bars. And yeah, different kind of holiday. Not exactly what we expected, but we did make the best of it. We were still able to walk around our complex and things, so it wasn't too bad. Anyway, so there. That's quite pretty, I think. So that would make quite a lovely box. It would make quite a lovely card. Hadn't really decided beyond making it a colour what to do. That's quite pretty, isn't it? So I could make some, let's do some cards now. What I could do is use the lovely stitch frames and cut some layers. If I go to the third one down, I can get, can I get 3 frames from this side? 1, 2, not quite. And how many across? 1, 2, 3, not quite 4. So I could get 6 of these out and have bits to spare. So that would be quite nice. I might do that. So I might cut this into a strip. So we cut it across there. That doesn't need to be quite 3 1/4. Put it down, Jez, and then you can see we'll cut it to there, which is 3 1/8. Go down 3 1/8. And then may as well cut that down to 4 1/2. I might cut 2 out whilst I'm about it. And then that is about 3 by a bit more. I could cut stitch square with that one. If I get my stitch square. Oh. This is what happens when you just like think about it on your feet. There, cut my stitch square out of that one. Nice. That'll work beautifully. I'll do something with that. I may well cut flower out with that one. So let's get these cut out and start thinking about the card. Okay, so I've cut them out, and I had a little bit of a mental block, and I remember that I normally get 2 cards when I do this, if I do some punching, and I thought, I don't just punch out the middle, it has a frame. How did I get the frame? And I remembered that this, I cut it out of a 3x3, don't I? And I sort of went, idiot. So I'd have done it more central if I'd realised. I mean, this wasn't quite 3x3, but I thought, oh, I might be able to just rescue it a bit. So I'm just going to trim a tad off this one and a tad off that one. And I'm sure I kind of get the same effect. Of making a frame, and I thought I might use the medium daisy punch. Cut a little daisy and we'll use that as a frame. I think that'll work. I think I might have just rescued that. Maybe. Doesn't look very straight, that. Never mind, it's handmade card. So that's my thoughts with that one. And then going to use this as a major panel of the card, and I thought I'm going to use Positive Thoughts and the Nature's Thoughts dies that go with it. Now this I got this as a reward from my upline, and I've been thinking about this whilst I've been away, and I just think that these sentiments are really good at this moment. I've got my mother and father-in-law are self-isolating because they're elderly and vulnerable, so I just thought sort of sending positive thoughts and feel-good wishes is a good sentiment to be saying. Hugs, prayers, love is also a really good sentiment to be sending people. So I thought I'd make some cards to send to people who are currently either self-isolating, or some of them, my friend is a head teacher, and she'll be going to school every day, and even during the holidays, because key worker children will still be at school, as will the children that are in need. So I think this would be a lovely set to send things out. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm going to do some die cutting these little elements, and that I might have used that frame if I'd thought about it at the time, but hindsight's a good thing. But I think this will work. So I have already mounted sending positive thoughts and feel good wishes, and I've mounted the butterfly. We're going to have the butterfly, and I've just realised I haven't got the butterfly outline die out. I'm going to have that. And so I need to stamp the butterfly, and I'm going to silver emboss it to sort of match the silver foiling. So I've got some scraps here. So I'm going to just stamp it. But it'd be nice if I had rose gold powder, but I don't even know we make rose gold powder, to be honest. But yes, that would have looked nice. So, I haven't even, you know, I don't know where my head is. My head's still stuck on an island. Silver. There we go. There we go. Now I've seen people using this time to get lots of jobs done around the house that they've maybe been putting off for ages if you can't go to work. Some people are actually working from home. I know my other half is actually working. He's not on a jolly. And I'm working, of course, because I work from home anyway doing this. So no change for me, really. I haven't got any extra time. Still doing what I was doing before. Right. So there we go. Pretty. And so I've got another scrap here where I'm going to cut this across, trim to go across. I'm going to have a feather because I think that's quite cute. Centre of that flower and this bit, and I want to cut a frame to frame this. So I've got this nice big card mat here, so we can cut that frame out like so. So I'm going to get them cut out, give that chance to dry a bit, and cut that out there, and it gives you a nice big outline so you can have the antennas as well. So I'll get them cut out and then let's see where we are. So that's all my die cutting. I did end up die cutting 2 frames because I don't know if you can see, but that one, not very good. Didn't centralise it. So I decided I'd cut it again. So I'm hoping this one will be better. Yeah, it is, like that. So I've got some extra thick Whisper White here, so I've just cut it in half and scored it in half. So, oh, I need 2 of them. I'm going to use that one. Oh well, I'll put that to one side for now. I might do that on another video. So I've got that for another card. And then I cut out all these bits. This is just beautiful. I love it. Really, really nice. I like that. The feather's gorgeous when that comes out. Sort of, it's embossed as well as, well, it's debossed really, isn't it? Just stunning. Got me butterfly. That's lovely. Got that little flower. I think that's designed to go on that when you stamp that and cut it out, but I thought it was quite nice. Nice little elements and our little sprig there. So they come out really well, those ones. This one I did a little bit of poking, but not masses amount. Wasn't too bad. So stick those out the way. So I'm gonna do this quite high up because this is quite a big sentiment to fit on the bottom. So I'm going to stick this down first, so that I don't end up stamping it too high. I've got silver dust everywhere. Oh, oh yeah, let's lose it. Right, let's move that out of the way. So, I like to stick the centre down first so you don't like warp this in any way. So kind of hold that there, and then yeah, that will fit. Right, where's my Tombow? Don't know where my jar is that I normally keep it upside down, so I've got it in my pen pot, but it falls down. So we'll have to fiddle with that again, won't we? So a bit of Tombow around the edges. Right. So let's have a little look-see. Towards the top a bit more. Over there a tad. I think that'll be right, I think. Let's pick this up. Easier said than done. And stick that down. Lovely jubbly. There we go. And then stick this on. And I think, although it's not hugely dark, the ink blending we've done there, because it is the same colour, it goes really well. It's a nice little match. I really like it. I think I might try it in other colours as well. I have ended up with an extra pack of this, so I wasn't expecting, so I can make lots of these to send out. There we go, and I'm going to stick that across. Now it is quite ornate, so I've got this sheet that the dimensionals come off, and I'm going to do a little splodge in the corner, and I've got an old makeup sponge here which I have used in the past for inking, and I'm just going to dab some glue and dab it along. I did have a Stampin' Up sponge that I had used, but I couldn't find it, so I thought, oh, I've got some old makeup sponges, they'll probably work. And then stick that across, and the end little pointy bit sort of sticks over the edge, which I think is quite nice. Quite like that. And then we're just going to stick the other elements on. So we're going to make a little cluster. So we'll have the feather. I'm going to put it on this corner bit, quite like that. Well, it's not corner, the edge. We'll put some blobs on each of these buds. Don't know, that's what I'm calling them. Hold them down. And have this coming out the bottom, so we've got the butterfly framed. Here's my thoughts. So I have that coming down there. And then I might give some shaping to the butterfly. Not sure where my bone folder is, so I'll use my Teflon one I got for Crimbo. Give it a little bit of life. Don't want to do too much, I don't want to crack the embossing. I'm going to stick that on there like that. I'm going to use a bit of dimensionals. That's not my pokey tool, my Burke. There it is. I'm going to put one of these each in the top corner so that they keep a bit of life. Get off. And then I'm going to put a bit of Tombow down the centre. And then we'll just have that in flight there. And then we just need to do the stamping. Move that out the way. That's not quite straight. Oh well, never mind. It's what it is. And we'll just put that up the bottom. There we go. That is my card. Now we could put one of the other sentiments on the inside, but I'm not for now because I'm not quite sure I'm going to send it to. Okay, it isn't quite straight, but I think it's pretty still. Okay, I'm going to do a part 2 where I'm going to make these cards. I'm not going to do it now. So all the details will be as ever on my blog nigezza.co.uk. There might be something, little eye coming up there to take you to it. Please like and subscribe. Go and explore some more. If you're at home, why not get some crafting out, pass the time, make a card, send it to somebody who is maybe poorly or self-isolating. Okay, see you again soon. Bye.